GM everyone, welcome back to another segment at the Aptos Indian Blockchain Week. Here we are at day two. We are with Saurabh from kryzel. Super excited to talk about prediction markets and what they're building in the space. And something what they're building is very novel as well, in my opinion. So super excited to chat with you today, Saurabh. How are you?
Thank you, Karthik. How are you? Yeah, excited to be
Awesome.
here.
Awesome. First of all, for our audience, why don't we start with what is kryzel exactly?
Okay, so at kryzel, we are looking to offer an opportunity to everyone in the world to be a part of the ownership journey.
Yeah.
So right now, the avenues which sports fans have to interact with the field of sports predictions is only to be a user, but not be an owner. So we are giving two opportunities to our users to come and become the owner of the house, either by putting money in our vault, which will act as a bankroll for our network of prediction markets, or you can directly launch your own prediction market, and we will support you with the white labeled website, the feeds, and all the supports with payments on ramping, everything. And the most important edge that we are bringing is the vault support. So we can give you a bankroll to our partners. So right now, today, if you go in the Web2 world and launch your predictions, you take care of your losses. Whereas we come and share your losses, and in turn, you pay us an insurance fee for that.
Yeah. And when you say everyone can launch their own sportsbook, and do they also decide what kind of events will be featured in that? What kind of customizability are they having? Or is it something, let's say I'm a creator and I want, because I'm so into prediction markets and even I love sports, I want to own that layer for with my audience. What kind of
Customizations.
customizations am I offering? Let's say I'm just a basketball fan.
Right.
I have an awesome basketball community.
Right.
Is that only the game that I can feature in my sportsbook, or what kind of customization are you offering?
But that's a damn good question, actually. So we will allow our partners or affiliates to do a full level of customizations to our feed. They can choose the format of the predictions. They can like percentage format or gross format. There are different formats in the world. They can choose the sports they want to offer. If they don't want to clutter the website with different sports, they can also create their own events, add their liquidity. And not only them, their users would also be flexible to create their events and provide the feeds for that, the odd feeds, basically.
Also wanted to get your thoughts, because everyone is saying that prediction markets are now going to replace incumbents like something like DraftKings and all these sportsbook, where it's always the house has a different edge and it's not the people actually owning. As I said, that ownership aspect is actually missing. What are your thoughts? Is it like uh, crypto kind of replacing TradFi institutions? Is that kind of where we are with prediction markets and incumbent sportsbooks?
That's a very mind-blowing question, actually. So how we are seeing the future?
Yeah.
So let's understand the basic difference between prediction markets and sports books.
Yeah.
So sports books are there's a house involved.
Yeah.
And the offering of a sports books is way deeper and wider as compared to prediction markets. Prediction markets will just surface around the sports space.
Yeah.
They are everywhere, but they would not go deep down on a sports. They cannot offer you. They can never match the imagination of a sports better, for that matter. For example, a sports bettor want to do live betting, spot bets, cash out. All these things are difficult in prediction markets because it's peer to peer, and you need a house, to give you a standby price at all points in time.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge prediction markets will face when they replace sports books.
Yeah.
But that's what kryzel comes in. Our partners will be offering a complete sportsbook solution, but the model and the construct is prediction markets, which is the peer-to-peer trading involved here.
Yeah.
Because you have a vault on the other side, which takes the other side. So it's not the house.
It's not the house, yeah.
We are creating an exchange where on one side there's a community-owned house. It's not owned by us. And there's on the other side, there are partners. We are bringing the use. So it's a peer-to-peer, but with the offering of a sportsbook.
Are you also sports is one thing? Are you also tackling the online casino? Market as well?
We would be also tapping into the casino market, because that's also a good option we had. But again, as you already have asked me, that will be optional for the people, because there are a lot of legalities will come into picture. The prediction market is considered kosher and good to go ahead in many jurisdictions, whereas casino would add a complication. So it's up to our partner whether they want to offer that to their users.
100%. Yeah, and also it depends on the creator, right? Like, so let's say someone in India or someone in it's completely banned with regarding casinos.
Exactly.
So it's definitely a lot more complexity.
Yeah.
And other thing, how is it you're live on mainnet right now? What kind of traction are you seeing? how are creators and different people responding right now? And in terms of them launching their own sportsbook, is there any trend that you're watching?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. So we are seeing a humongous amount of interest from our fraternity. We are overwhelmed with that.
Yeah.
We've got almost about 1,000 expression of interest to launch their own casino and sportsbook. One problem that we are facing is that we can't filter out between the lemon or apple. Basically, it depends on because we don't know everything's behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And only after they come on board, we will come to know as to how good or bad they are.
Yeah.
So we have to give them a try. But for the giving them a try, we need to open our floodgates slowly because then we cannot be. It's difficult for us to handle a humongous amount of flow, and that's because we need to be sure that whatever sports predictions flow we are supporting is commensurate to the risk that we have on our capital. So we only want to scale up along with the capital.
Yeah.
So we want to bring the capital, then bring business, bring more capital, and then bring more business. So like that.
Yeah, one other trend I'm seeing in sportsbooks is everything is becoming edgeless and it's becoming more like a fair level playing field for the players. So that's, I think, very good in terms of I think all these big incumbents that kind of have this monopoly. They have been screwing over the retail, and we now have like a more decentralized version. So that's really reassuring for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something where they spend a lot of with customer acquisition, right? Someone have said.
Yeah.
Where right now, if it's a decentralized version like you guys, it's more fairer, and even if you don't spend a lot in acquiring, you'll have higher retention.
Exactly. And let's look at the other value adds that we can bring because of decentralization and blockchain. We can have zero knowledge, verifiability of the user. So rather than like shooting in the dark, you can have focused user promotions after identifying their history, right? So a guy can, without worrying about his identity leakage, he can prove his this thing. Number one, number two, the user doesn't have to lose custody of funds. So he's keeping money safely in his wallets, and our smart contracts will trigger on the event of bet placement. That's one thing. Second is everything is verifiable, and the most important thing, as you rightly have already mentioned, that in this concept of sports books, the entire cream is only eaten by the few 10-15 people on the top. Rest are left to drink buttermilk. So we want to basically make it more fairer. And now let's look at what is the reason why this is so concentrated on the top is because they have muscle. In the game of sports predictions and casinos, when you scale your business, you need to simultaneously scale your capital.
100%.
There is no way you can do with lesser capital at a bigger business, and if you do that, there's a risk. That's why the bigger chunk of the volumes are only are handled or could be handled by people with muscle, which we can potentially break by the power of decentralization and democratization.
Awesome. Yeah, speaking of decentralization, Aptos is one of the finest chains, and you guys are building on Aptos. How has it been so far building on Aptos, the support from the foundation and the team, whatnot? And what's like the reception from the Aptos community so far?
Oh, well, then you can got me started on that. That's like my favorite topic to talk on. Well, Aptos has been our absolutely the first choice that we had. And the only choice that we had ever since. We have not even debated that. So because it's a layer one which is built for masses, which is handled for the scale of a country like India. And I'm just giving an example, but the scale that we need for millions of transactions for a second with a very low TTF and a low cost. And most important thing is the ease of use. The Aptos experience is like silk. This is what you need for onboarding Web2 users to your chair. Otherwise, you can stay siloed in the Web3 place and get only the very little use of Web3 guys. But our objective is to use the technology, but it should be as smooth as Google. So that's what I really think. There's too many options you have today. So Aptos is a very clear choice. And when you ask about the support from the ecosystem, oh my God, this is overwhelming. Like they are always there. It's like you ask for one and you get five. So it's like they're always there to support you. In spite of growing over the years, they've been still very focused on each and every partner, and they are able to make every project feel very important.
100%. And we're clearly seeing that at IBW.
Oh yeah, look at the love. Awesome. There's a lot of brotherhood.
I know, right? Going into 2026, what are you most excited about for kryzel? And in terms of just prediction markets in general, any hot takes that you have going to next year? Any predictions that you want to make?
Well, our first prediction I would like to make is that we would see a rising crypto the macro level,
Yeah.
which is like taking a dip right now. And it's all these corrections are always good because
Yeah,
you can take the weekends out, which is always good for healthy for the long run, I would say.
Yeah.
So and for our own business, I this 2026 is filled with the major sporting events such as World Cup football,
Cup.
the cricket World
timing
Cup.
couldn't be better.
Oh yeah, so we are blessed to be in the right place at the right time with the right support.
100%. It was
Yeah.
great talking to you, Saurabh. And I'm
Likewise,
super
Captain.
excited how you guys do. And I think we should just have more and more innovation happening in this space because it's like probably the most exciting space in crypto right now.
Thank you.
But super excited to speak with you and
you.
looking forward to what you create next.
Excellent,
Thanks so
Karthik. Pleasure meeting you. Thank you for talking to you. Yes.